Gen Z wants to work blue collar.
Or do you have like a buffalo sauce?
Gen Z has learned $100,000 of student loan debt only gets them blue hair and the knowledge of how to pour a cold brew. And this is a good thing. Blue collar work is great, but as you enter the industry, you must know a couple things. I spent 4 years polishing concrete, though the Carhartt I wear isn't stolen valor.
Carhartts are on!
So I have some tips for you to get by. Avocado toast is not breakfast. White Monsters and Zins are not your breakfast. Lunch comes on a food truck, but not like the fancy ones you see around town that charge $22 for carne asada fries. That's f***ing criminal. It's an all-white one that the county health department has tried to shut down 3 times, but it's there when you need it with cold Gatorades. You're going to learn that racism is the only diverse thing we actually have. You'll get called every slur despite what race you are. It means they like you. It's truly a beautiful thing. The only days off you get are rainy days, so you better start hoping climate change gets worse.
How dare you?
And there is a hierarchy on the job site too that you must be aware of. Drywallers and painters. Careful, they all have drug problems. You can't really blame them. They huff chemicals all day. Cool guys, but don't question their questionable breaks where they huff recreational chemicals in a porta potty. Concrete. They're not the sharpest bulb in the toolbox, but it's simple work. I enjoyed it. Linemen all look like and sound like Morgan Wallen, and they would also throw a chair off a roof of a bar, but they make a shit ton of money and will always get a beer with you after. Electricians. Assholes. Electricians should be baristas. They all order their coffee a little sweet and complain about everything. Welders. They all have a criminal record, but are good dudes. Make friends with them as soon as you can. So as Gen Z fills the demands needed for trades, it's important you know these things. And whatever you do, don't make a TikTok. The only thing old concreters hate more than young people is happy young people. Oh, and if my electrician joke upset an electrician, complain to your wife's boyfriend about it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
The Semi-Daily Night Show with Gary TV, your host, Gary.
Tonight's ceremonial first pitch. And please welcome the President of the United States.
We did it, sir.
just making sure you're paying attention.
Welcome to the Semi-Daily Night Day Show. Get it? Because it's filmed in the day.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
Ben Shapiro fired Candace Owens. Allegedly. Ben is so Jewish, even free speech costs something. Jokes, people. It's just jokes. Huh? Candace was calling out the atrocities Israel is committing, and this pissed off Ben and the Daily Wire, which resulted in her being fired. Candace has now challenged Ben, your Republican cousin's hero, to a debate, and Ben said yes, but he'll only do it at the Daily Wire studio, and even rejected the idea of a moderator. This makes sense because Ben hasn't debated anyone other than college students or streamers on topics both of them don't have experience in. The human crockpot of bad opinions has been doing a podcast tour about how he can't talk about the incident. Candace called him out on this, and Ben just started talking really fast, hoping no one would notice his opinions suck. The Daily, I'm tired of hearing about them, has built a brand being anti-cancel culture and anti-left. Ben even sells tumblers with liberal tears on the front of it. But now the Daily Wire has adopted a very left-leaning stance and canceled their host for saying something they don't like.
Facts don't care about your feelings.
People are choosing groceries for breakfast over vacations. According to the corporate media, what you need to survive is now considered a splurge. Journalists need to be bullied more. The data has now come in that millennials and Gen Zers are wasting money on food instead of vacations. Who would have ever thought someone would choose food over the vacation to Cabo? Journalists need to get a trade. One person they surveyed said he spent about $130 for a week and a half of groceries, which is kind of normal, except the part of snacks at Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is good for like 2 things, sparkling water and that juice. Other than that, it just lies to white women. Lying to white women is a great business model, though. Something that isn't a good business model, 99-cent stores are closing. The staple to certain communities has said that due to inflation, it can no longer keep its doors open. So I think it's important that we recalibrate the price of common goods in America, and I put together a proposal for the federal government on what we should replace to only be 99 cents moving forward. We'll start with the least controversial. The salary of anyone who still watches wrestling. They should all just make 99 cents a day. You trust those people to have the mental capacity to purchase something good? Taxes. I should owe 99 cents in taxes each year. My taxes just fund wars. Politicians or military-industrial complex whores. My gym parking lot has a hole so big in it, it looks like that meteor crater in Arizona. It's a shame that didn't hit Scottsdale. iPhones. Apple pays the kids less than 99 cents to make them, and we all know it. Putting pronouns in your bio or email signature should all now cost $99 actually. Your name is Max. I know you're a fucking dude. Any TikTok shop product. Mouthwash isn't viral. The only thing viral is your brain rot. This generation has become used car salesmen. shilling you a product of questionable origin just so you can get a 15% commission. Also, the wage of anyone who traveled to see the solar eclipse should be 99 cents. There was a solar eclipse last year, and I've seen like 4 of them as a kid. These people aren't generating shareholder value enough. While we are discussing wages, the wage of anyone who says cap or on God. Clearly, they can't name 10 books anyways. We can all agree on this one. UFC fights. Pay-per-view is like Donald Trump's hair. I can't imagine anyone paying for it. And with these new proposed prices, we may finally be able to afford groceries for
breakfast, 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 breakfast.
the government is spying on you. You already knew that, but it's worse than you thought. FISA, admittedly, I thought FISA was another version of FIFA exploiting a third world country, is the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act. If you don't speak lizard politician, that's just a fancy way of saying you're getting fucked. Republicans want to reform the act, and if they don't, they are trying to get rid of the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Now, FISA allows the NSA to spy on any foreign person for national security purposes, and the NSA has never abused its power, so we're probably safe.
Psych! That's the wrong number!
So while the NSA gathers data in this process, they can also scoop up everyone's data, including yours. But since this is in the Surveillance Act, this is all legal. The government says they are now allowed to search through your data since it was delivered legally. If you think you just got f***ed, it's because you did. That's like going to your pantry in search of a protein bar because you're hungry, but then you eat an entire bag of Thin Mint cookie bites and still count as a protein bar. I did that last night. There's another section to this act that is a data broker loophole. The U.S. is not allowed to collect U.S. citizens' data without a warrant, but private companies can. So the government can then purchase this data, and since the government can print any size check it wants, every company says yes. Now, if you're saying, well, I don't do anything bad, why does it matter? You can tell that to your wife's boyfriend because we care over here. We care. Now, there is an amendment that would stop this, an act called the Fourth Amendment is Not for Sale Act, or as I would rename it, Daddy Biden, please stop.
Daddy, chill.
What the hell is even that?
Has passed through the Judiciary Committee. This law is set to expire April 19th, but Johnson, who conveniently is a dick, is trying to reauthorize it, and a provision that is being put into the bill would allow the U.S. to spy on any American business it has foreign connections to. My Etsy store, which you should check out soon, I got cool merch in the works, now could be spied on due to the fact it ships to someone outside of the U.S. Well, if I'm not doing anything wrong, why does this matter? All right, sure. Then let your girlfriend get a guy's number at a bar if they're just going to be friends. You cuck Schumer supporters.
Take on the intelligence community. They have 6 ways from Sunday at getting back at you.